Well, hey there, folks. What's going on? This is D Ford. I appreciate you cracking over this video. I figured, it's Friday, the day after 4th of July here in the United States, and thought I'd just have a little fun. When I have fun, that means a lot of people about to make, a whole bunch of residual cash flow. So, listen, guys, just want to give a demonstration, a recap of our operation and how this thing is an exact science. And I'm not going to keep this long. I just wanted to do like a real quick demonstration, if you would, and highlighting just some folks specifically, because I know we got a lot of influx of new people that are coming on board. And so if I'm not using your name, just take the names out that I'm using and just put your name and your partner's names there, okay? Because this functions predictably the same way for everybody as everybody's doing a one-time execution. So listen, I'm going to go right here to this slide. Off that slide, go back here. Okay, got to make a disclaimer, right? Always got to make the disclaimer that the information shared in this presentation is not to be considered as financial advice, nor to entice anyone of any guarantees of results. It's for educational and demonstration purposes only. As members, we are not financial advisors, and we're just merely sharing our personal experience with this incredible project, okay? So I want to jump down here, yada boom, yada bang. And so the names I'm going to be using, let me move this out of my way so I can see here. The names I'm going to be using on this particular demonstration is going to be Ronetta Larry, Teresa Myers, Rachel Small, Kevin Pinson, and 𝗗𝗶𝘀𝗶𝗺𝗏, okay? So let's just recap. So whether if you've seen a presentation or you're on your way to see a presentation, I really want to break down literally how our infrastructure is structured out, because it is an exact science, okay? So is this a pyramid? Absolutely not. This is a on-demand straight success line system. When one receives deposits, 10 receive residual deposits. So as money is coming to you, understand your inviter is always receiving money every time you see money. But understand, everybody has an inviter, right? So if I'm saying, if you are receiving money, you is everybody that's watching this. Your inviter is also seeing money simultaneously as money is coming to your bank, okay? So this is a collaborative on-demand system, because there's no rotation, there's no cycling, because the money has already been scienced out, and all we have to do is execute. There's no repetitive onboarding required, respectively, and all of your money is residual. Okay? That goes for your partners looking at this. That goes for their partners, their partners, their partners, their partners. Okay? Because everybody's going to be receiving from everybody's subscription, because everybody's subscription after yours is contributing to your income. And they are receiving in the same fashion. All accounts after them and their subscription, that's not coming out of their pockets, okay, is contributing to your partners and yours and your inviters' ongoing residual cash flow, okay? So just want to highlight, we are a bottom-up infrastructure. We're not the top-down that you see in a lot of these centralized, governed financial institutions. See, like your job, that's centralized. Or someone working in corporate America, that's centralized. MLM, network marketing, affiliate marketing, it's all top down. See, it's like the pyramid. We are not that. See, the pyramid is typically limited and it's subject to saturation. It's centralized. It's from the top down. So the money flows from the top down. And notice it's a limited amount of space at the top. That's why typically, like in corporate America or these traditional pyramids, a person has to go through cycling or rotation, or has to get fired or die in order for those to move up. Okay. So it's literally either those at the top are only receiving, or those at the top are receiving first. then everything gets negotiated down through wage and salary and things of that nature. Here, ladies and gentlemen, we are a bottom up. We're decentralized. We are our own closed loop. There is no middleman. We just have artificial intelligence and the promise of blockchain, okay, that's embedded to where the system can't be hacked or changed. But most importantly, it's going to be 100% mutual beneficial because it's from the bottom up, meaning that we're scaling together. This is just not operation that's only having those at the top make money. Okay, make sense? So this is financial certainty, not a pyramid or what I like to call hope for profits. See, this here is limited because it typically requires skill set or one to build a sales force or a sales team and have to always qualify for ranks and pin levels, or has to rely on cycling and rotation. And it typically encompasses upon people to have to continue to do work and continue to do work and continue to do work, chasing the money, because it's really about cash accumulation versus ongoing residual cash flow. We're cash flow folks. And cash flow is way more vital than just money accumulation. Because even when you accumulate it, what do you have to keep doing in order for it to keep coming in? You have to keep going out there, putting forth the effort or the time, either one. This here is having us scale and residual cash flow that's not going to be requiring our time. Okay? So, let's say we start this with Miss Renetta, okay? Now, remember, everybody's doing a one-time execution that no one's ever required to do again. The reason why is because every account after yours, okay, as it receives, you are always receiving. Remember, when one receives deposits, 10 receive deposits. So Renetta is going to have 3 partners set up an account after her, okay? And literally when that happens, she instantly receives on demand. But not only did she receive, her inviter. Remember, every time you see money, your inviter sees money. But understand, when Renetta saw money, her inviter saw money. But then her inviter has an inviter, right? And so as Renetta's inviter saw money, Renetta's inviter also saw money. But guess what? Renetta's inviter has an inviter. And remember, every time money shows up in your bank, money showed up in your inviter's bank. So watch this. Now, let's say one of Renetta's partners is Teresa, okay? It's Teresa Myers. Teresa's doing the same thing. How many times? 1 time. Okay, she has 3 get on the income escalator after her. Okay, Teresa receives instantly on demand. And on demand, simultaneously, more money went to Renetta and more money went to everybody else that was in line prior. Again, these are deposits that are residual royalties. So as these deposits are popping into our bank, folks, they're going to be coming in the next month, even at a higher degree. That's going to be for everybody in the success line. So then let's say one of Teresa's partners was a church. Okay, the church is having their partners get in line after them. And look what happens. Money comes to the church on demand. And simultaneously on demand, as the church saw money, Teresa saw more money and Renetta saw more money. Let's say one of the members of the church was Rachel, okay? Rachel's doing the exact same thing. She's having 3 get in line after her. Instantly, she's receiving from each of her partners. And as she is receiving from each of her partners, now instead of me having everybody's name, folks, I just kept a straight success line instead of having names all over the place. This is literally how this thing functions, okay? So as Rachel was receiving, instantly and simultaneously, the church, Teresa, and Renetta all scaled independent of their involvement. The church didn't do any more work. Teresa didn't do any more work. Renetta didn't do any more work. Let's say one of Rachel's partners, she invited her brother. Let's say her brother was 𝗗𝗏𝗀𝗃𝗃. Okay? 𝗗𝗏𝗃𝗃 does his one-time execution that he's not required to do again. As he receives, simultaneously, Rachel, the church, Teresa, and Renetta all receive. Now, did Renetta or Teresa or the church invite Kevin? No. But did Rachel do any more work? No. Did the church do any more work? No. Did Teresa do any more work? No. Did Renetta do any more work? No. Kevin involves a business. Now, this business can be in another part of the country, could be another city other than what Kevin. But Kevin had a relationship with them, and people are getting involved for their own reasons. Because everyone's in desiring a more residual cash flow, where there again, this is residual income coming in because everybody's receiving from all the subscriptions that everybody's doing after their account. See, your subscription, when it runs, though it's not coming out of your pocket, it's contributing to 10 people that were in line previously to you. So Renetta's subscription is contributing to her inviter, their inviter, and their inviter, and their inviter. Your subscription is just not contributing to your inviter's account. So the same money that we all receive on demand, even as this was scaling, when our subscription runs, it's contributing to those same people that received when my account went active. See, that's a wow moment, folks. That's a wow moment. Now, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes people want to say, well, I've been a part of something like this. But folks, if any company that you have done was functioning like this, trust me when I tell you, you would still be with the company. And so would those that you invited. Why? Because understand, Renetta, Teresa, and the church, and Rachel, they all have been scaling, but they haven't been doing any more work. So now the business does the exact same thing. It may know other businesses, it may know other connections that Rachel, Kevin, church, Teresa, or Renetta may have no clue of who these people are, but it doesn't matter. When this business receives on demand, instantly and simultaneously, everybody else in the line previously scaled. Kevin didn't do any more work. Rachel didn't do any more work. The church didn't do any more work. Teresa didn't do any more work. And Renetta didn't do any more work. And that goes for those that were in line previous to Renetta. Let's say the business knew Miss 𝗗𝗏𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, and she may live down in Canada. See, this is a global operation, folks, okay? They do the exact same thing. They have 3 partners get on in line right after them, right? What happens? They receive instantly, simultaneously, independent of everybody else's involvement that was in line previously. They all just scaled. This is what's meant when I say independent of their involvement. The business didn't do any more work. Kevin didn't do any more work. Rachel didn't do any more work. Church didn't do any more work. Teresa didn't do any more work. Renetta didn't do any more work. But did you see everybody money scale? Yes, you did. Let's say 𝗗𝗏𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, even though she's in Canada, she knew some people in England or Asia. Guys, I'm just using these areas, but this is all over the world. I think y'all understand that, right? So these guys do the same exact thing. Now here again, Renetta she may not know anybody in England or Asia. Teresa may not know anybody in England or Asia. The church may not know anybody in England or Asia. But folks, because we all are coming together, collaborating, we all are scaling on demand. So these guys do the same that they're only doing one time. Now there's millions of people between these two areas. Okay? As they get in line, folks, look what happens here. They receive on demand, instantly and simultaneously, on demand, independent of their involvement, without CA doing any more work, the business doing any more work, Kevin doing any more work, or Rachel doing any more work, the church doing any more work, or Teresa doing any more work, or Renetta doing any more work. Everybody's scaled in residual cash flow, folks. Because there's no saturation points, folks, when your matrix fills, the system opens up everybody a new matrix when their matrix fills, with your team still being coded to you. And so it opens up you another matrix, ladies and gentlemen, where you come through it all over again, infinite number of times. So you get re-entered. Now, while you may be coming through it a second time or a third time or a fourth time or a fifth time, because it's infinite number of times that this takes place, you may be coming after those that won't know you, and they may still be coming through it for the first time. But look what happens. You receive on demand, they scale, independent of their involvement. Okay? Haven't done any more work, 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 haven't done any more work. Then, of course, Teresa re-enters as well, because she's coded to Renetta. And what happens? Teresa scales, and everybody else that was in line prior scales as well. Okay? So, folks, we have exact science here. We collaborate. We all, on demand, escalate. Can I say that again? We collaborate. We all, on demand, escalate. So watch this. So your inviter, having 3 folks get in line after them, it brings their money to 35. Now, before I go here, let me just go to the back office here real quick. I won't be long with this. So I got this account I called it Renetta Larry. Now, I'm not going to have 3 accounts added because I want to keep this short. But I'm going to do 1 account. So let's say Renetta, in this example, she invited Teresa, right? Teresa Myers. Let's do July, what's that? Today's July 5th at 𝗗𝗶𝘀𝗰𝗶.com. I'm just creating random information here, okay? So let me copy that so I won't lose that. Copy. Come down here and put this code in. I'm not a robot. 49114. Okay, now you see Renetta is at zeros. Are y'all seeing that? She's at zeros. So now this is just as if Teresa activates her account and Renetta can't move out of the way of the money. But please understand, simultaneously on demand, because you saw Renetta receive on demand simultaneously from Teresa activating her account. Renetta received, and so did 9 others that were in line previously. They all just received money, ladies and gentlemen. So remember, as I said, when you see money, your inviter saw money too. So as Renetta saw money, whoever invited Renetta in this example made money. Because that person made money, whoever invited them just received money. Because that person has an inviter, whoever invited them just saw money. Because that person has an inviter, whoever invited them just saw money from Teresa Myers activating the account. Now, watch this. Let's go to another window. Now, I'm going to keep Renetta open in the background. Now, I'm going to hit refresh because I want you to see that this happens independent of our involvement. So I'm going to come out of Renetta's, but I'm going to leave Renetta's account open in the background so we can see this live, right? So let's go to another window, and now we're going to log into the Teresa account that we just created. And you guys tell me, are y'all seeing exact science at work? Where it's scaling from the bottom up, okay? With all of us receiving mutually, and again, as we collaborate, on demand, we all escalate. Love this. Never gets old for me sharing it. So look, it says Teresa Myers. She's at zeros now, just like Renetta was before Teresa opened up an account. Now let's go back down here. So Teresa's going to be inviting Rachel in this example. Rachel Small. July 5th at 𝗗𝗶𝘀𝗶𝗺𝗏.com. Okay, come down here, put in this code that I'm not a robot, 78014. I'm going to invite. Watch the same predictable money. See, folks, it can't be different monies if it's going to be to exact science. It's exact science. Why? Because Teresa had one account thus far come in after her that she invited, and to a mathematical certainty, she received 1175, just like Renetta did when Teresa activated her account. But not only did Teresa receive from Rachel's account, every time you see money, right? You see you right now is the Teresa. Her inviter saw money, right? So watch, I'm hit refresh. The last time I hit refresh, Renetta's money didn't move, but Rachel just opened up an account that Teresa invited. This had nothing to do with Renetta, but look what happens to Renetta's money. Folks, y'all see she has more money. So her money just escalated from $11.75 to $13. But I want you guys to see the predictability and the mathematical certainty and the exact science. Folks, we have exact science. So when I say we collaborate, we all on demand escalate. Hello, somebody. Let me do this one more again, okay? So now I'm gonna go to a third window. I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to help. Hold on. No, that's wrong. Okay, so I gotta grab Rachel, not that. Okay, I didn't grab Rachel, so she's Rachel there, okay? So I'm gonna copy, boom, boom, boom. Okay, now we're gonna go back to Teresa's money. You see Teresa's at 1175. Let me hit refresh. Watch her money don't move. Because remember, it's on demand. Everybody scales on demand. So let's bring back up Renetta's account. Let's hit refresh. Now, if it's exact science, you see how Renetta's at 13 and Teresa is at 1175? So now when we do the same thing with Rachel's account that we're about to do here, okay, and we're going to put in Kevin Pinson, Rachel is going to have 1175. Teresa should be scaling to 13 if it's to exact science, because has this happened prior to a mathematical certainty, it brought Renetta to $13. But now Renetta's going to scale too, because there again, everybody scales from all accounts after them. Your only involvement is going to be just 3 at minimum. If you bring in more, great, you'll make more money faster. But you want to bring in those that are going to duplicate. Don't bring in people just to have people in, just so you can make a whole lot of money, because it's not about a whole lot of money cash accumulation. It is about compounding residual cash flow, duplication. A one-time investment of labor, everyone having 3 get in line after them. Everybody doing that one time, folks, it scales us all, okay, predictably into mathematical certainty, to hundreds of thousands and to millions of dollars. But I'm not wanting you guys to be in just to think I'm trying to promote becoming millionaires. No, I'm showing you guys a predictable system that benefits everyone, 100%. Now, let's go to the other window, shall we? And so I had to grab that Rachel account. Now we're going to log in as Rachel. I said this wasn't gonna be long, but man, when I get excited, it just oozes out of me, folks, to help everyone. It really does. It just oozes out of me. Okay, I have no ego in this business. My only ego is this. I say I have no ego. I do got one characteristic of an ego, and that is everybody wins. Period. End of story. Everybody wins here. So now you guys see we're in Rachel's account, right? So we're gonna pop down here. Remember, Rachel invited Kevin in this example. So Kevin. Now there again, guys, if I'm not using your name, just pretend I'm using your name. Remove these names that I'm using, put your name there and your partner's name there. This is all gonna happen in the same way, okay? We all executing as I'm sharing it right here, 75153, okay? So here again, if it's to an exact science, Kevin activating because Rachel is his inviter, Rachel goes to what? To an exact mathematical certainty of 1175. Folks, don't we want predictability? Exact science. See, exact science, when exact science is executed, folks, it's impossible for anybody to fail with exact science. And see, I'm showing you, I'm not giving you hype. I'm not giving you jargon to convince, okay, or twist somebody's arm. Guys, you show them the numbers and show them how this thing behaves. If that's not good enough for people, they're probably the wrong person. You may have to go and introduce this to somebody else. So watch this. If it's to an exact science, when I hit refresh on Teresa Myers' account, it better be like Renetta's, or else it's not exact science. See, Renetta right now is at 13. Now I know if I hit refresh on Renetta, she's gonna have more. But remember, Renetta is after, Teresa is after Renetta in this example. I want you guys to see the exact science. So 1175, let me hit refresh, $13. Mathematical certainty. Now the reason why I want you guys to get mathematical certainty, because when we show you the monies, right? Where we at? When we show you the monies, right? This is all the work. When everybody has their 3 get in line, it brings everybody to 35, 35, 35, 35. But as that's happening, look, scaling people to 47, scaling people to 96, scaling people to 258. So you guys are seeing the mathematical certainty in the exact science, even on a lower level. That's why I say, if these numbers are not real, then none of these numbers are real. And wait. And then none of these numbers will be real. If the 35 is not real, then none of these numbers are real. But then guess what? If that 35 is real, then that means what? These numbers are real. Because all these numbers come to us independent of our involvement. Teresa, Renetta, Rachel, Kevin, 𝗗𝗶𝘀𝗶𝗺𝗏, I really hope you are really observing this with your heart. And keeping your mind on sponge and not on closed. Predictability, folks. Now let's pop to Renetta, because Renetta's scale too, but I want you guys to see the predictability. So let's go to Renetta. Independent of her involvement. She hasn't done any work. Hit refresh, money's still gonna come to her, ladies and gentlemen. On demand. Now, if I hit refresh now, her money doesn't move. Look, why? Because there hasn't been an account open. Look, I do refresh again. Her money doesn't move. Why? Because it's on demand. If I go to Teresa, hit refresh, why? Her money doesn't move. Why? Because it's all on demand. When I hit refresh again, look, her money doesn't move. Why? Because an account hasn't opened in their whole organization. If I go to Rachel here, Okay? Let's hit refresh. Look, her money doesn't move either. Why? There hasn't been another account open. Now, let's say Rachel involves another person. We're going to do the CA Baird, okay? CA Baird, July 5th at coopcf.com. Come down here, put in the code, I'm not a robot, 71442. Now this is as now Rachel is involving another person. Now understand, Teresa and Raynetta, they've only invited one, but will money still come to them even though Rachel may be moving a little faster or her team may be moving faster? Well, let's see. So let's add this account that we just created. And remember, when I hit refresh on everybody's account, their money didn't move, but now another account just went into play, and look what happened. Did money go to Rachel? Yes, because she invited CA Baird. But with CA Baird activating their account, only being invited by Rachel, they were not invited by Teresa, right? So we're in Teresa's account. They weren't invited by Teresa, right? Right. So So that means Teresa didn't do any work in this example. Remember the last time I hit refresh, Teresa's money did not move, right? When I hit refresh, does Teresa have more money? Yes, folks. Is the system performing with exact science, predictability, and unavoidability for everybody? Let's go to Raynetta. Let's hit refresh. Remember the last time I was in Renetta's account, I hit refresh, her money did not move. I hit refresh now, look at Raynetta. Does she have more money, ladies and gentlemen? So, let's finish this thing off, shall we? Okay? So predictably, as three are getting in line, we collaborate, we all on demand escalate. As we collaborate, we all on demand escalate. As we collaborate, we all on demand escalate. Everybody doing a one-time investment of labor. Three partners get in line after us, that each of them invite three partners to get in line after them. And on demand, we all scale predictably and unavoidably. So you do the exact same. 35 comes to you, scales everybody else that was in line prior. Look at the predictable results, folks. The same predictability that you just saw in the back office. These guys do the same. See that 35? Look at the predictability. Now this is just sharing this with everybody just doing the minimum. Some people are not just staying with three. Okay? But I'm showing you based on mathematical certainty, everyone just only doing the minimum. And let's say it's taking everybody a week to do their one-time execution with them getting involved. So look at this. At 3 weeks, your invited is at 96. You've been involved for just 2 weeks. You're at 47. Your friends, they're in their first week. They're at 35. Now their friends do the exact same thing. Look at this. They received 35, but look, haven't done any more work. Haven't done any more work. Haven't done any more work. These guys do the same one time. Okay? They scale, they scale, they scale, they scale, predictably. Have these partners done any more work? Have these partners done any more work? Have you done any more work? Has your inviter done any more work? No. These guys do the same one time. They received 35 predictably. Instantly and simultaneously, it scaled everybody else that was in line prior. Have they done any more work? No. Have they done any more work? No. Have they done any more work? No. Have you done any more work? Has your inviter done any more work? These guys do the same one time. They received 35. Independent of everybody else's involvement, everybody just scaled in residual cash flow. Have they done any more work? No. Have these people or these people or these people or you or your inviter done any more work or invited any more folks? No. Or came out of any more money out of y'all's pockets? No. These guys do the same one time. Predictably, they received 35. Independent of everybody else's involvement that was in line previously, respectively, all scaled in residual cash flow. Have these guys done any more work? No. Have these guys had to do any more work? No. Has these guys had to do any more work? No. Have these guys done any more work? No. Have these guys done any more work? No. Have you done any more work? No. Has your inviter done any more work? These guys are the same one time. These guys are the same one time. Everybody scales respectively in their success line as is it duplicating forward. Everybody just doing the minimum, having 3 get in line after them. Have these guys done any more work? Has these guys done any more work? Have they or they or they or they or they or they or they had to do any more work? See, folks, everybody's work was just getting the 35. So if these numbers did not come, none of these numbers, you can forget about it. These numbers are a result of this being replicated and duplicated. So folks, this is 100% mutual benefit, open to anywhere in the world, okay? We're global. Send your email to your inviter, or then your partners send their email to you. Everybody's doing a one-time out of pocket to activate their account. Having 3 friends that do the same, who each also invite 3 partners, each of them to do the exact same. Everybody's doing that one-time process, one time. Never required for anyone to do it again in a week, a month, a year, 5 years, 10 years, 50 years. And we like to always say, you don't have 3 until your 3 each personally have their 3. This is not just for individuals. We have different businesses, charities, nonprofits, foundations, communities, nonprofits, lending institutions, fraternities, sororities. I mean, you name it, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Because everyone can be involved, because everyone isn't requiring more residual cash flow. So the way I share with a person, hey, I want to show you a demonstration of a bank that escalates our residual cash flow. So that's going to be my time for today, folks. As I like to say, every time we come together, we just don't want to see you guys at the top. We look forward to seeing each and every one of you scaling your residual cash flow. Most importantly, we want to see each and every one of you way, way, way over the top. Take care. God bless.